If you haven't been keeping up with the news coming out of Egypt, there have been mass protests going on. As many as 14 million people have taken to the streets. Protesters want President Morsi out of office. He's only been in office for 12 months. Morsi belongs to the Muslim Brotherhood. Now, clearly not everyone in Egypt likes or trusts the Brotherhood. The seat of the Muslim Brotherhood was set on fire. The building was stormed and looted. Reuters news agency reported that at least 6 people have been killed and more than 600 wounded in clashes between supporters of the president and those who oppose his rule. So we've got this main opposition group called Tamarod, which has given Morsi a deadline of Tuesday to resign, and if he doesn't, there's going to be a campaign of civil disobedience, apparently. Now, Morsi has said he's willing to, quote, engage in national dialogue, but this Tamarod group has rejected this. There are clearly many Egyptians who want Morsi and the Brotherhood out of power. Would it be fair to say that since this guy became president, there has been a developing political polarization in the Arab country? A deepening polarization. For those who aren't aware, the economic situation in Egypt has been getting worse. Their currency has lost nearly 1/5 of its value since Morsi came to power. And there have been fuel shortages. And the president has been borrowing a lot of money from the likes of Saudi Arabia and Turkey. When I say a lot of money, we're talking billions of dollars here. So there are economic problems, but of course there are other problems. There's a security issue for one thing. Then there is the nation's disputed constitution. Now, to be fair, Morsi has admitted that he's made mistakes. I'll give you a Morsi quote here. "It is no secret that our revolution has enemies. Abroad, there are those who realize what a free, strong, and developed Egypt is capable of presenting for its people. And inside the country, there are those who think they can turn the clock backwards to the corrupt, oppressive state it was before. It seems there are those between us who cannot imagine living any other way." End quote. What did this guy do not long after coming to power? He dismissed his defense minister and stopped the military from having any say in legislation. In November of last year, he tried to strip judges of their ability to challenge presidential decisions, but he backed down, no doubt due to mass protests. Egypt's draft constitution, boosting the role of Islam, was supported by referendum, but there is considerable opposition to it. The constitution is disputed, as I said. Now today, officials of the Egyptian government have said that 4 ministers have resigned from the cabinet. Also today, the health ministry in Egypt has said at least 15 people have been killed since these latest protests began. We can't know for sure how many have been killed or injured in a situation like this, can we? It's difficult to say. News reports are coming in all the time. Situation on the ground is changing all the time, it seems. Yeah. Let's remember, President Morsi does have his supporters, and he is the democratically elected, legitimate political leader of Egypt, like it or not. As far as this deadline goes, as laid down by Tamarod, if that's how you pronounce it, I don't think Morsi is the kind of man who will give up power so easily. I don't expect to see him stepping down as president tomorrow. I can't see it. But maybe I'm wrong. Have to wait and see. But I believe he will try to hold on to power as long as he can. But what can the government do in the face of mass protests like this? If opposition groups are determined to see Morsi out of office and see the Muslim Brotherhood out of power, then how does this play out? Can you see these protests dying down in the coming days, perhaps? Or maybe they will just keep growing. What role do the police and the military have to play in all this? Is there any chance this could be resolved peacefully? Or is there just going to be more and more violence as the days and the weeks roll on? No one really knows how this will play out or where it's going to lead, but both the president and the protesters are well aware that the eyes of the world are watching.